All right. For legal purposes, I think I have to admit that this is not actually a sponsor.
Who run Bartertown?
You know who.
You know him, you love him. He's
So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are now today launching my brand new sponsorship. The wonderful people that make the Franklin books, right? Little Franklin the Turtle. Everybody remembers Little Franklin the Turtle. He goes on wacky adventures and does all sorts of crazy things. It's wholesome family entertainment, but we live in the modern day. It is the current year. And so the people at the Franklin Company, they decided that they wanted to do some more, some more recent political and topical social issue types. Franklin's always tackled social issues, for kids and stuff like that. So they've come out with a whole new line of books. I think it's like, I don't know, 10, 15 books, something like that. It's a bunch of books. And it goes in a series. It's a Franklin series, right? And it starts, we'll just get right into it. It starts here with Franklin gets left out for being gay. Obviously, this is a big first start in the series. It's the big first book. Franklin's very hurt. Everybody says he's gay because he's going to have a girl. Franklin's not gay. Nevertheless, everybody makes fun of him, says he's gay. And he gets left out of some games, right? So then we go into book 2, which is Franklin meets a goth baddie. So we're coming out of the Franklin's gay thing, and he's not gay because he met goth baddie. Right? Book 3, Franklin gets some pussy. And he's telling his story to his little friend Turtle there about how he got some pussy from the goth baddie, and now everybody knows he's not gay. Then we go on to book 4. Franklin's condom didn't work. This is kind of an unfortunate book. Things kind of start to take, a downturn for a minute, but then Franklin comes back and he feels he's happy about the whole thing. He's everything's going great with him and his girl, the goth baddie. But Franklin's condom, this shit just didn't work. Book 5. Franklin violates his restraining order. There's a falling out between Franklin and the goth baddie. Arguments over the kid. Are they going to raise him Christian? Are they going to raise him Jewish? She's Jewish. It's just a whole fucking crazy thing, and fights happen, and she's crazy anyways, you know what I mean? So, then Franklin, now kind of upset with the world, he goes out into the world and sees that there's just crazy shit going on, and Franklin is fatigued. He's just not happy about all this crime and shit that he's seeing out there. And then we move on to, what are we at now? Book 7? Books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Book 7, Franklin learns about mass migration. He's upset with all this shit that he's seeing going on, and so that is when he starts to finally learn about mass migration. There's a truck incident. Like, it's a crazy book. It's really, I think it's probably one of the best in the series. Then we move on to book 8. Franklin grows tired of immigrants and their behavior. Now at this point, Franklin's got one divorce under his belt. He's not able to see the kid anymore. It's just fucking turmoil in his life. He's learned about mass migration, and he's seeing this shit, and he's just pissed, right? So then we go to book 9. Franklin calls ice on the people who don't belong. Franklin has now crossed the arc, and he's gone from just thinking about things to now he's into action. He's calling ice. Get these fuckers out of here, right? We move on to book 10, where Franklin actually joins ice. He gets that far into it. And we learn about ice and what they do and, all this stuff, right? And then we move on to book 11, where Franklin, now that he's close to them, he's military adjacent, he starts thinking there's going to be something going on. So Franklin fakes an injury to dodge the draft. This is a sad book. It's actually really, really sad, but not anywhere near as sad as book 12, where obviously as these things happen, Franklin is now faking an injury just to get Percocet. This is where it gets really sad. This one's about addiction, how bad that can be for you. It makes you do crazy shit. But he figured out, the last time I faked an injury, I got Percocet, and I want more perks. So, right? But then after that, book, what are we at, 12? Book 12, Franklin searches for his will to live. This is where things again start to get better. He starts to, he's calming down some, you know what I mean? He's a man of the world at this point, and he's just really, he's searching for his will to live. But he finds it. He finds his will to live by driving by Tim Wall's house just to call him a retard. That fills the God-sized hole inside Franklin's soul, and that kind of starts a whole religious thing. By the end of it, it starts into a whole religious thing, because calling Tim Waltz a retard kind of felt like a religious experience to him. So he really gets into the religion thing, and the book series ends with book 13, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, book, whatever. We're on whatever fucking number book we're on, the last one. Franklin, now fully into the religious thing, he goes out and Franklin offers Ariana Grande a cheeseburger and a Bible. I think it caps off the whole series. It's almost like Star Wars, where it's not like the exact same fucking thing, just only slightly different. It actually rhymes, comes back around. It's almost like Franklin's being made fun of for being gay again, because he's hanging out with all the theater kids, gets Ariana Grande a cheeseburger, a Bible. I think they're really great books. It's Christmas time, stocking stuffers. You can get one of these for your kid every year. It's 15 books. You start them off at like age 10, right? And then by the time he's giving Ariana Grande a cheeseburger, 25. Give your kids one every year for, It's really great. I think these are fantastic books. They're on sale cheap right now. Go to FranklinLearnsTheWorld.com and enter code "What the fuck is wrong with you?" and you'll get a 20% discount on these wonderful products. And again, for legal purposes, because the people that make Franklin books, they are not happy about this. Not happy at all that this is happening. They did not want to become this generation's Pepe, but unfortunately Franklin has become new Pepe. So we have Neo Pepe Franklin. And I'm selling his books. 15 of them. Get them for your kids. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.